Okay, hi, my mathematician friends. We're going to take a look at the first example in lesson 4-3. We are now writing and solving equations, and for this lesson, we're just going to focus on addition properties and subtraction properties. And so it's really important that you go back and you think of that balance and then how that also can look as a tape diagram. At some point you might be asked to model an equation and you have to think about it in a way that you could draw a picture. So I like the balance because it makes sense to me that you want to keep things equal, and this balance point right here is just like saying an equal sign. Tape diagram is the same idea. Your unknowns can be in the tape diagram, but the whole can be what it equals. So whatever you feel more comfortable with, but you need to be able to explain an equation using a model, okay? So for this problem, George has some plastic figures. So we don't know, that's the unknown. And we know that he bought 7 more figures, and in total he has 25. And so we want to use this equation to figure out. Now, I know you can do this in your head, so I'm not trying to be insulting to you, but this is how we would write that equation. And I want to show you how we would solve it properly. I know you can do this in your head, and you're going to tell me, well, Ms. Krumsick, it's 18, duh. But I want us to do it properly. So to be able to solve this, we have to keep our balance. And so we know that we are going to subtract this. We're going to subtract 7 from 25 to get that x, right? So to do that, we're going to put it on our equation. We're going to pretend that this is like a positive 7. And I know we haven't really talked about a lot of positive and negative numbers yet, but you guys get the understanding of this. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to subtract 7 from here, and I'm going to subtract 7 from here, because now I want you to think of that as a balance. We have to keep balance, equilibrium with that equal sign. And so if I have 7 and I take away 7, those cancel each other out, and I'm left with x. And that is going to equal the 18. Now, I want you to understand that when we are writing equations, I want to see this, and I want to see this on both sides. This is a one-step equation, so I should see one step here. And I'm going to get really stinky about this because this is a foundational skill for you, and you're going to have to know how to set up equations this way as we get more and more complex. Okay, so this is example number 1. In the try it, we have Cabrini had some markers. After she bought 12 more markers, she had 16. How many markers did Cabrini have? So we have n plus she bought 12 more, and that equaled 16. So I want you to pause for a minute, and I want you to tell me, we know we're going to get to n equals. What am I going to do in this one step here? You choose from the answers. Okay, so we're going to pause. All right, so moving on to example number 2. I'm going to move this up. Clive is 19 years younger than Josh. Clive is 34. We're going to write and solve a subtraction equation to find Josh's age. So let's do a tape diagram on this one. We know that Clive is 34, and we know that Josh is 19 years younger. And so this is going to tell me what Josh's age is. Or you could also say this is 34, We know that he's 19 and this could be X. So all of those are interchangeable. There's lots of ways that you could do that. But for this one, we're going to do that Josh's age is subtracting 19, and we would get Clive, which is 34. Okay, we're going to do our one-step equation. I want to isolate this y so that it ends up being y equals. So I'm going to start with this. I want to get rid of this. So to cancel that out, I'm going to add 19. And if I do it to the left-hand side, I'm going to have to do it to the right-hand side. You're going to hear me say that over and over and over. We want to keep equilibrium. So we're going to add 19 over here. These cancel each other and get y all by itself. And now we know that Josh is 53 years old. So let's try one more. Let's do a try it. On page 199, Vivian reads, oh, they spell it kind of funny, 14 fewer pages than she was assigned to read. She read 60 pages. And now we have to write and solve the equation. So we're going to stop here, and you need to choose the equation that you think sets up this problem the best. And then following that one, you need to solve it. Good job, guys.